We return to the gloom and doom of this basement of this house in Celis after losing our dear friend um, to that fucker with the gray hair in Helena prison. And yeah, you have to go around and talk to everybody, but first, Your Majesty Albert, what did Lloyd take from you? And then he says he needs a little time to think about it, which, and you can't leave. This is as far as up you can go, so I'm going to talk to her first. There was a typo there in that one speech window. There's a few of those in the American translations. We go down and we talk to this guy. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. You know what I just noticed? I'm using the stick. I'm automatically running again. So whatever the issue was before appears to be resolved. Well, thank goodness for that, I suppose. Now it is more complicated than simply looking for your daughter. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what he was doing. And then, okay, so Rose is alright. She's like, alright, I choose to follow you, so it's okay. And then I tell Hashel, hey, yo, it's kind of, all this stuff's kind of fucked up and getting in the way of you looking for your kid. Is that okay? And he says, yeah, I've been looking for her for a long time. I can hold off on it a bit more. I can do that, pick that up later. And Shanna's like, we're not gonna be like this forever, right? And, you don't know at this point. You don't know how the future's going to be like after all the shit, especially after all the shit that's going down. Now Albert shares some more lore with you, some of which I may have touched on previously, but I'm not 100% sure if there's anything in this that I did or didn't cover. Yeah, 11,000 years ago, the Wingleys were killed by they were defeated by the humans in the Dragon campaign. They had 3 sacred objects. The Wingleys had 3 sacred objects. And they had Wingly magic, and then Wingleys, had a good hand in the ability to use magic. And one of them, they were split up among the humans after the defeat of the Wingleys in the Dragon campaign. One of them was sent to Serdio. I believe each one was sent to different countries. And the one of Serdio's was magically sealed inside the body of each crown heir, therefore being the king. They sealed it in them to, not only as a symbol in addition to them, establishing their line of royalty, the lineage there, but also because, how are you gonna take out a magic device out of somebody's body unless you have the ability to use magic yourself? And Lloyd, as you could tell by having the sword that he used to kill a Dragoon, he somehow did manage to get his hands on that kind of magic. This sacred object of Serdio was sealed in Albert, the moon gem. There are also 2 other moon objects. And this is the part where Albert's like, I hired him. I made a mistake. And I never noticed this for years, but I noticed it recently. When you're standing in King Albert's castle, I'll put up a picture of this. When you're standing in King Albert's castle for the first time, that is Lloyd, when he's still known under the name the Black Man in the Hood. It looked similar. It always looked similar, but I always thought it was, a different person. I never made the connection. That was still him. That was him standing on one. Minister Nosh was on one side, Albert's right side, and then Lloyd was his left-hand man, because he hired him on as an advisor. And, it was also him standing in King Albert's room. When you go in there and you go down the slide tower thing, it was him in there too, and I had no idea. You talk to him. You hear his voice. Well, your character hears his voice. It's crazy. And I never knew that for years. I only found out earlier this year when I noticed it myself, and I was like, damn. It's crazy. Then, once he obtains the secret treasure, i.e. the moon gem, he is the crown heir of Serdio in both name and reality. The birth of Conqueror King Dol. That would be the end of Basil. King Dol, once again, being the ruler of Imperial Sandora, which is the southern part of Serdio, opposite of Basil's northern side. And Lloyd, they're under the assumption that Lloyd is under the employ of Emperor Dol. And they just stole the moon gem. According to the rules that their laws set up, whoever possesses the moon gem is the ruler of Serdio. So if Lloyd hands off the moon gem to Dole, Dole is now the king of everything, and, you know, Albert's powerless, and he rules everything. He essentially wins the war. But there's one thing. We're all still Dragoons. You know, except Haschel, because fuck Haschel, but the 4 of them, yes. And this is when they decide to take matters in their own hands. All of them with their combined abilities, because all of them are quite powerful, competent fighters. They decide to personally assault the Black Castle where Emperor Dole is housed. And in addition to that, all this fucked up shit that they're doing, they killed Lavitz, they took this gem. You know, they gotta do something about it. And now, yeah, for when that party thing was... I already fixed that last time. When I was like, Shanna, what are you doing in here? So I fixed the party, back up to normal the way I want it for now. And here's the view of the Black Castle, which is pretty weird. It seems like a slummy industrial era kind of thing, mixed in with some magic and also futury stuff. Yeah. Now, is Lloyd under the employ of Emperor Dole? Or is Dole under the control of Lloyd? Lloyd had a plot including the girl from Celis, which was Shanna, taking her to begin with and imprisoning her. And according to them, their conversation just then, she's still a part of his schemes. So what does that mean? And also, if you remember in the beginning, remember that glowy thing held over her head? What is that? Because I don't know. I don't know what that is. There is that dotted line out of the back of Celis over there, over to the edge of the map over there where there's another green dot. You can't actually go over there. Because in order to get back there, you'd have to hop that fence where Dart came down in the beginning of the game, and you can't do that. So what we're going to have to do here is run back through the forest and go down back towards the direction of Helena Prison. And there shouldn't, the merchant that was here in the beginning of the game shouldn't be here, but there still are a shit ton of what he referred to as, I think those were squirrels, right? Those weird things over there. I already got all the little bitty items in here so we could just run straight through. I suppose if you missed getting boxes at the beginning, it's kind of like a test to show you, like, oh, you get, you know, being more seasoned in playing the game now, you're more likely to pick up on their locations, like, oh, that's a box. I didn't notice that was a box there in the corner of that area before. Now I can get it. Which is neat. Not where Dart's from, by the way. I mean, neat. Oh, look at red and green, the colors of Dart and Lavitz. Lavitz never got to see this forest. Think about that. Let that sink in for a moment. Isn't that, like, really, really sad? Jesus. I made myself sad thinking about it like that. And Haschel's attack is kind of low for my taste. I still have the attack bonus item on Dart, right? I might take that off him and put it on Haschel, but I don't have to do that right now because there's nothing in my way stopping me right now. Oh, when I was walking down, did it just make me walk again? No, now I'm running again. When I was walking down to exit that last section of the map, it made me walk for a second, and I wasn't pressing anything, so yeah, when I hold circle now, it's not making me walk. And remember before when I pointed out the green arrow on the left, if I went through there, that would lead me to the prairie where the shack is with the river and the tree that you cut down with the old axe. But we don't need to go up there unless we wanted to go back through the cave to get up to Bale, which you can't do anyway. They said it would be a shitty, terrible idea to try to go back there when it was just so recently under control by... Oh, shit, I forgot I was being him. It was taken under control by those people. You know, which is how Albert got captured in the first place. And also, the only difference between Lavitz and Albert, they all have the same Dragoon stats, they have the same level, they have the same addition information. It passes over. He even equips the same items that he used to have on automatically. But his addition timing is a little bit different, and you can't go back down to Helena. I could go up into, I think I can go back into Lohan if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. Oh, and you know what I learned? Here's something else I learned. I was looking up the, you know, how... Oh, Fuck that motherfucker. And he runs away. That's exactly what he did to Lavitz. God damn it. He didn't even give me a chance to take my own turn. But what I learned was that there are several kinds of those enemies, and they're supposed to be rare occurrences. Whenever I play this game, I get them a lot. But I was looking up, you know, the drop rate of satchels and like how to get them. Turns out there's a 100% drop rate for a sachet. I said satchel. Sachet after you kill Django. You get one, no matter what. And there's also one in the box before him. And then there are also other opportunities later where it's a very rare drop chance from a monster. But when you see one of those, it automatically does 10 damage to anything, no matter what it is. So when you come across those things like those little robots or those little birds, some of them drop a lot of gold, some of them drop a lot of experience, some of them drop very rare items, but neither gold or experience, and some of them drop a combination of any of those things. And they all have less than 10 health, so you can use a sachet to instantly kill them and end the fight. So it's very useful to hold on to those. And you know, some items are more rare than others, some things give more experience than others, so I'm going to try to hold on to those for later into the game. But now we are in Kazas, which is the location of the Black Castle. And here are some, you know, warriors, and they don't recognize me because they've never seen me before, because every one of those soldiers dressed in that garb who's ever seen me has died by my hand, so they, of course, can't recognize me. I'm just double-checking to make sure that there's nothing in here. There might be a I recall there being a Stardust somewhere. I don't know if it's in this room or the one next to it. I thought it was on the suit of armor, but I must have been mistaken. I'm mistaking all over the place right now. I'm not going to bother talking to them because they all say the same kind of thing, you know. What you'd expect one of those soldiers to say. Now let's check this house over here. And oh, I like this. I'll talk to him because this engages in a scene. There's no guarantee of life for mercenaries. Oh, that's the guy behind the counter. I want to talk to this guy. He's signing up to be a mercenary, which is what the Imperial Army's made out of. They're all mercenaries. Mercenary A, are you here to register as well? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. He's like, and this mercenary is being very cocky about it. Well, this wannabe mercenary. He's being a tough guy and whatever. And the reason for that is because he wants to join up with the military because, you know, they think it's easy money. They think they're winning. They're going to win the war because they have the dragon on the offense and they just took Bale and everything's going all right. But they're just now catching wind of the fact that the dragon has been slain, the one that they had under their employ. Let's rake in some money by joining the Sandoras. You can't feel confident anymore. Somebody defeated the dragon, and Helena has fallen. I wonder who's responsible for that, huh? And then he turns into a huge puss and backs out of it. And the reception's like, yeah, he's a desk worker. He's not like a soldier. So, you know, he understands, he's used to it. Item, attack ball. Oh, there was a Stardust in there. I wanted to read that, but I mashed X too fast. Shields, armoires, boxes, you know, just jumbled together. Can you go back here? Cool. There's no reason. I just wanted to see if I could go back there, and you can. The people who did this art, it looks very pixely. I don't know how they designed it. They obviously didn't use something like MS Paint. But clearly, these are all layered on top, and then the characters are placed on a separate layer other than that, either on top of some things, behind other things. All in all, the design is just really, really awesome. Also, I was just murdered, wasn't I? Yeah, Albert now has 1 HP, so I guess I'm going to spend the night in this hotel, even if it is 20 Gs. And Lohan, I think in Lohan it's like 10. No, it's 20 there as well, I believe. Could be 10, 15, 20. No more than 20 yet. They wouldn't charge that much yet. It's never that much money. I know it is 10 in Bale. I don't recall Lohan. I believe it was 20 in Lohan. We go down here, and we exit the place. Now that I have recovered my health from that bullshit instant death thing, it always happens to me, too. I don't understand why. And there's an item in her. Twister Glaive, which is a spear weapon for Albert. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna have to get used to his additions again. It's a good thing there's a few fights. Armed. I'm gonna give Hashel some. Oh, Hashel has the Night Shield. Okay. He's got the Stun Guard. I'll give him the Twister Glaive. Then there's. Hang on. Is there. No. He can't wear the same, like, platey armor that the other guys can wear. Because he wears, like, you know, Kung Fu-y robe type things. He does still have a decent amount of defense since I gave him the Night Shield. He has almost as much as Albert. And who on his own has a shit ton of attack and defense. But it's quite nice. He's geared very well. I'll give him the therapy ring. It helps. Oh, okay. I guess it's that sounds good. Sounds good for now. And here's a weapon shop / item shop. I don't know which one it is, but either way, I'm going to check their goods, and I'm also going to check up on my own items. I also love this interaction. The mysterious adventurer. He's got a cape on and everything. He's a huge lame nerd. He's like, by the way, I defeated the dragon. Wink. He's going to try to sell you a feather from him. He's a con artist. He's trying to market the it's a drug that even beats dragons. Not the dragon buster, but the dragon beater. Like an egg beater, you know, except with it's a feather. And I love how he tells you not to touch it because it's poison when he's holding it in his hand. And Karma caught up with him for lying his ass off to make some cheap money ripping people off because weapon shop. I heard I'll buy something. Because the soldiers catch wind of it and come and pick his ass up. Ooh, that's almost 10 points. I don't use her, but I'll buy that. I'll equip her with it. I don't know if I'm going to find... I don't think you find a heat blade, do you? Either way, it imbues his attacks with the fire-based element, which is good. I don't know if it just increases his... Well, it increases his attack base in general, so I'm going to put that on. And then I don't know if it reduces the damage he does towards fire-based people, but, you know, we'll find out. And Armet. Or maybe it's Arme, I don't know. Wow, that increases magic attack and magic defense. Darts is 3. His is 23. His defense is 13. Oh, he probably has an Armet on already, or an Arme. 8 and 20. 3 and 24. You know... Fine for both of them. I don't care. I'm probably gonna find something like this eventually. But it doesn't matter. Defense increased by 5. Defense increased by 5. I'll buy it for him. I'm not gonna bother buying one for Albert or Haschel. Oh, this fat kid. This is that immediately beneath me, isometrically speaking. Down is he says he lost the key to his home. It's locked. We can't go in from this front door. But if you talk to him, he says, I think the back entrance is open, but he doesn't want to get stuck in here. He's a little fat kid. And well, move, you fucking kid. I want to get in your house. Down here, because this door is open, which is great. It doesn't say anything about being able to unlock it from the inside, so I don't know what the relevance here is. It's just that you can get in here. Why can't I open it? I can't just open it and then let him know. Okay. I guess there's no real point to going in there. And if there is, sorry, I'm missing it. Well, I guess I'm done in here. So I do appreciate having the ability to run again. That's a really good time saver. Let me go in here. So far, everything has had something in it for me, except the first one. The very first room that I went in had nothing in it except some soldiers standing around, circle jerking probably. Actually, let me talk to this woman. I want to see if she tells me where this place is. In the last few days, the guards became stricter. It seems they're expecting something. These are kids, right? Oh, can't go to Popo's house. Aw, his friend Popo. You know, Mr. Popo. Hello. Those 2 rooms in the back are called griping rooms. Your voice can't be heard on the outside, so they're good for releasing stress. Ah, yeah. These things, I believe you can hear it in the walls. The new studio party will people who won't assent to being ruled by power get together and help each other. The new studio party is a window to the salvation of the weak. When you are in trouble, rely on us. And then there's no door between that room and this room, but, you know, listening to the old guy. The motto of the new studio party. Most importantly, end the war. The powerless should protect their house. Protected by fighting. I have said everything I want to say. And if you listen again, they don't say anything different, so. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. There's so many people in this town that get in your way. Because the walkways are limited and narrow. Shit. So let's go up here. Nothing I want. And then, this is the way to the front entrance of the Black Castle. There's guards crossing it. And then he says, I don't think breaking through the front gate will work. Let's do some more research. We might find a good way to sneak in. And, oh, damn it, I ran into it on accident again. But, yeah, they just patrol back and forth. And, you know, if you did break in and kill them, somebody would notice and they'd break, that guy's just got a newspaper, it doesn't matter. There's a little kid with a newspaper. But yeah, they'd alert the whole castle to your presence, and you'd probably... So, like, me playing the game, obviously I would win. But if you were real people in that situation, you'd definitely get fucked by those hundreds of soldiers coming at you, so... Espionage is better. This here, this whole, like, huge towny thing here, in order to get down there... fuck, come on. You have to go in here and then go down that ladder on the left side from indoors. It's pretty cool. If I had a tree fort, this would be kick-ass, but... Generally speaking, this was a fort, a war fort, and then, you know, the people, it's kind of like a ghetto. They have to live in this shit because of the war and all that's going on. Because Dole, he was a good king. There's Stardust on the bookshelf. But he lost his, he was a good guy, and then he lost it. Something happened to him. And then, you know, all this other asinine horse shit's going on, and he's neglecting his own people. At their own expense, mind you. Do I want to go in that? I want to go in the left one. I don't need to go to the clinic. There's nothing really wrong with me. Let's go just straight into the left one. Well, actually, I think there's an item shop over there, too. So let me go view that first. See if there's anything cool in here. Then we'll go into the left and progress even further down. And then, where's the... Could have sworn. No? Nothing? Okay. Could have sworn there was a person that sold items. Yep. I love all the people in here, though. Even though they're in such shitty living conditions, they're all... Does the whole country belong to Dole now? Oh, this is the guy. Buy something. Yeah, they're all optimistic. Most of them are very optimistic, you know. It's crazy. I got a good number of all these items. I don't have any for all multi-darkness-based individual attack. I don't think there's going to be many team fights, so I'm just going to get... You know, and I don't even have Rose in my party, so there's no point in getting the darkness-based one in particular, because I won't get a bonus... I actually don't remember. I believe somebody pointed it out to me. But in my brain, it's like, oh, if you use a burnout, it'll do more damage if you're dart. That's not the case, is it? Because I remember thinking that it was, and somebody corrected me saying, no, that's not how it works. But still, I have a pretty close to full inventory, so I'm not going to bother trying to buy any more items, because I'm just going to find more soon, which will take up the spaces. And then he mentions the new Sardio party, which is a great thing to say to talk about to strangers that come right up to you. Because, you know, they couldn't be just soldiers in disguise or people who will rat on you for having this political party that's devised to go operate underneath the king that you are currently stuck under. Take your home. He's asking questions that are like, you know, morally you'd say all the things, blah, blah, blah. I just think that, like, people who are morally succinct naturally know what to pick, but some people don't. Some people interpret them as trick questions. And this is the guy named Popo, who was just a kid, by the way. That is that one kid's friend that mentioned it before, and he's a representative of the party. And they're campaigning of this organization. He's campaigning for it. It's just, you know, all these people that are victimized by the war, no matter what side they're on. And they're about, you know, supporting one another in these hard times that everyone's facing. And the kid finds out that guy's King Albert, so he flips out. Literally, doesing a bunches of backflipsies. He does a bunch of backflips and shit down those stairs, which looks like a ladder. No, that's a ladder. He backflipped down the ladder. Yeah. So we're gonna break in the back. Yep, Popo, of course, knows the way to the secret path into the back of the castle. Which is huge, by the way. It's like a separate town inside the castle walls. Some of these places is nuts. It just looks like an entire different town than it does out here. I'm not gonna bother saving it yet. I don't have to. Are you ready to go into the Black Castle? Yeah, I'm as ready as I'm gonna be. You know. Go around asking each individual character, and they say, yep. See, everybody, all these people here have hope. They want things, they have a very strong desire to get things better. Make them better. Rose. She just went on ahead and fuck her. Guess we're gonna go follow her. I guess optimism must sicken her. It's the opposite of what she stands for. And then we get into some really claustrophobic shit. And this is what I mean by I'm not gonna bother fucking buying more items, because I had 28 out of 32, and there's a bunch of chests I'm just gonna be picking shit up out of, so. That one had gold in it, which is good, so I still have 4 free inventory spaces. It's very hard to manage it when you're not a person who buys and uses items liberally. I was never one to use many items. I was always very conservative about them because, you know, you never know what's coming up next. Hang on, let me look more. Oh yeah, that's a dead end. Okay. This is, I also believe, is a dead end. It's just some barrels at the end here. Yep, there's nothing here. There's not even stardust on them. It's just a dead end. So yeah, that third pole there, sliding down there, will bring us in the actual direction that we seek to go in. Gosh, crawling through them caves though. Also, if you're a person who climbed down here, able to visibly see that there was nothing down there, why did they even put a pole there? Like, why? Then we crawl through this very, very tight, it looks like intestines, to be honest. It looks like a diagram of intestines. Now this cave was tunneled out, breaks down into the, this hallway. It looks like old cobwebby hallway, that belonged to the castle. This looks like a system for irrigation, bringing water into the castle. Which is cool. To be honest, look, for the time period that I think the story's supposed to be set in, this kind of shit is really advanced. And you know, when you think of like the Middle Ages, even the Dark Ages, you know, when people were like all dirty, diseased, and smelly and starving all the time, they still had pretty impressive architecture and engineering. And for those people who didn't discover that the circle button is for running and were still walking by default at this point in the game, find it very difficult to avoid these fights. And I'm just going to fight them anyway, because I need the practice to... You do get in a few more fights after this area anyway, but I need the practice for Albert's additions, because they are much... it's only the first hit, I think, that's faster than Lavitz's. And that's the one that throws me off the most, because if you don't get the first hit in, you're fucked anyway. Hellhound. I think that those can, like, breathe fire on you or something. Fuck. Now I messed up Hashels, man. I can't win here. If my fire-based attacks now do less damage because I'm using a fire-based weapon, and all of the people in here are going to be fire, I'm going to be very sad. Wow, that was not good. At least he's almost dead. I'm going to attack. Alright, I got it. Harpoon. Cool. He didn't even use a health potion or anything, just an HP recovers. Well, fuck off, man. Guess I'll finish off this dog. See, I'm a fan of dogs, but that dog has a unicorn horn, and that means he's bad business. So I did 78 damage to the dog. I want to see if I do 78 damage to this guy. 62. I don't know. Oh yeah, and then the therapy ring, so I won't have to guard with Albert. Guarding still reduces the damage you take until your next turn by half. But the therapy ring recovers just as much every turn as a guard does, so it's like a guard on top of that. And if I could get a therapy ring on everybody, that would be good. But I appreciate giving them better stats too, so. I'm gonna fight, I can skip that guy. It's just a waste of time. That's a box, Sparknet, and these look like boxes, but you can't open them. Then this guy, I'm gonna wait for him to, there. That's good. And then, there. Simple enough. I was thinking about fighting all of them, but then I realized how much of a waste of time that would be. And look at how tiny those steps are that I just walked down. Oh, unavoidable fight. Oh, wait. Oh, I could have climbed back up that ladder. I could have avoided that. I think they might come back if you leave the area and come back. No, they don't. It depends on where you go. Yeah, and then there's the 2 soldiers now instead of a soldier and a dog. Let's punch him. Punch him in the goddamn face. Okay, 63. And you are 68. Should be 68, I think. Or 78. 62. It was the same number? It was the same number, okay. Now I want to see, after this I'm going to look in the menu to see if Dart has more attack than Hashel does. And he does the most damage out of either of them at 98. Okay, he did 1 point less damage, so now he's no longer the hardest hitter. And I don't know if that's just because my other 2 that I'm using are stronger, or if it's because I'm using a fire-based weapon against fire enemies. I guess we'll find out as soon as I check on how much attack each of them has total based off their weapon and armor stats after this fight. So, according to the numbers of the damage they're doing against the same enemies, Dart is hitting the lowest value. Oh, and also, I'm going to look at his additions. Volcano is 59 out of 60, so he does 220%. You're doing 110%, and you're doing a point more damage than Dart, and you are, oh yeah. 2 more harpoons, and I'll switch to Spinning Cane. So let's look at their armed stats. He's got, come on, dude. Okay, he's got 60 attack, and you have also 60 attack, and you have 73 attack. Okay, so I don't think that the weapon element is making me do less damage against fire enemies. Also, this is the entrance to the front of the castle, right? Yes, it is. That is, those are the same guys that we saw before. There's some barrels over here. Oh, I think that somewhere there's small barrels and there's a Stardust on them. I remember that happening. Items, like I said before, lots of items. Pellet, that's an earth-based attack item on a single target. Let's see what's over here. Another item. Can I carry any more items? I don't recall picking up more than... Oh yeah, I got a spark net, I got a pellet. None of those, I don't want to use any of those. Let's go to discard. Sort this, sort that. What'd I pick up? I don't need a detonate rock. I don't need either of them, to be honest. I just don't want them. I don't use them. I'm pretty sure they hit everything, and they're just an instant damage dealing item, but I don't recall it being very significant. So, I think it was just like an early on item for you to use when you're not so good at mashing the X button. It's just a set number. I don't remember how much it is, though, and I haven't used one in this playthrough, because... Can I walk forward? It's not letting me walk forward. I have to hold it at a weird angle. That was weird. And I was like walking, like rubbing my legs along the side. Oh. It leads you to the same exact place. I don't... And also, you can fight these guys, or you can run away from them, and when you leave this area, you have to fight them to go up that elevator, but you can just avoid the fight by leaving that circle. They can still see you clearly and are looking right at you, but it doesn't matter, I guess. Now, this is a quintessential point. It's an important stop in this journey that we're on currently, and because these flame researchers, they'll tell you about their inventions, but the most important of which for this area is the purple flame in the center column there. That is indeed a flame. It may look like just magical energy beams shooting up into the air, alien tractor beams, whatever, but the purple okay, yeah, there's green, white, and purple. The purple is used to fuel the elevators. They're fueled by magic. This is magic flame. And the elevators bring you up and down when you use the magic oil to light the purple flames. Purple produces energy. The green flame is a flame that is not extinguished by water. It can be put out with other things, but you know, water is primarily the main way to put that, you know, it's the main thing that's used to put out water. And so, you know, that's very good in sieges and, you know, military attacks and whatever. And then the white flame is the opposite of the green flame. Green flame was made with destructive purposes, intent in mind, and the white flame heals you. You can walk over here, talk to this guy, and he'll heal you for free. You just close your eyes, the screen flashes, and it operates like sleeping in a hotel, or like the rock fireflies did. Now, you can climb down this ladder here and read these books on the shelves. I don't recall if there's anything important. Can you read the books on the shelves? There's books on the shelves. Can you not read them? Am I just stupid? Oh my goodness. How unfortunate. That's a letdown. I always thought you could read these books. You could read all the books anywhere. Any other time you see a collection of bookcases, they always have information that helps you out. But I guess not here. So, let's take this first elevator down. I remember getting lost in this area a lot when I was younger. But look at all this purple flame. Actually, I don't remember much of this at all, so let's talk to these guys. Yeah, they're, you know, they're not good guys, but they're not bad guys. Yeah, they're just studying the principles of magic. They're employed by that guy, but they're scientists. They're not in it to hurt anybody or help anybody in particular. They're, you know, doing it for the promotion of science. That's how science do. Even if you don't agree with the studies being made, you tend to make an attempt to. Oh, fuck yourself. You tend to make an attempt to, you know, just study whatever you want. I was murdered by a falling garbage ball that looked like a golem Pokemon. I was sent down into this gross poopy slum here, and it looks like there's like bones. Like, look at those huge bones there. And look, I got a dark mist. It's a good thing I didn't buy any of them. Can't carry any more items. I guess I'm gonna have to dispose of some more shit. Discard. What don't I need? Does everybody have full MP? Yes, okay. So, how about... I'm gonna have to discard... Actually, Pandemonium. Fuck. No, I'll get rid of one of the Sun Rhapsodies. I never use them because I never use Dragoons. And even if I do use Dragoon form, I never use Dragoon's magic. Translite. I don't remember what that is. Is that an item? Well, it must be an item that you can use. Or not use, but, you know, use in combat or something. Where's Translite? Translite. Individual light-based attack. That's pretty gnarly. I don't remember ever seeing the name of that item before. I've clearly gotten it before, but... Yeah, this place is weird. It looks like there's just bones and, like, sloppy poop and, you know, rotted, guttural remains of some shit. Garbage is gross looking. So I'm gonna try to cross this again. It's imperative to the progress of this game. There's not even, like, an indicator or what not that, you know, tells you where the garbage is gonna fall. You just have to kind of go for it. Redstone. I'll show you what the redstone is for later. I only have garbage, but make yourself at home. Okay, lower the garbage so I can get back across safely. Please. Let me go. Let me go. Alright. Now, we will light the flame and take the elevator back up. I almost said down. Back up. And then... back over here, where we will ride it back up to the main room, and then go back to the center, and then I think I'm gonna cross the way and go up the elevator on the left side and see where that takes me. And then once more I'd have to light that in order to go back down, and there's a guy here. I could probably... Nah, I didn't think that there was a way that I could avoid that. I was thinking there might be. On second thought, not so much. And now we will murder this dog. I missed. I guess it turns out, the hit ratios, items, like the War God's Amulet, kind of are useful, you know, in the event of repeatedly missing the enemy. 123 damage to that guy from just a basic attack. I remember when I saw 123 from using a magic item or whatever, and seeing that much damage and being like, wow, that's a lot of damage. So, let's hit this guy. See if I can actually hit Hashel's Addition this time. Cut this guy up. Or down. Or the other way down. Diagonally even. And then back up again. Boom. Some damage. This should kill him. If... even if I didn't hit that, I guess it would have killed him. Was that my 99th hit addition? I think it might have been. Let's find out. I'll go check my additions again. Cause yeah, going up on the additions, it's not difficult. It's just the very first hit that throws me off all the time. Come on. 98. I want to do it one more time. If I had gotten it at the end of that last fight, it would have been it. So one more harpoon and I'll be good. I'll be good to go. And this is why we came up here. There's another magical researcher. And this part is very peculiar. And he automatically assumes you are thieves attempting to steal his magic research. And he attempted to cut you up with some magic, and his magical invention didn't work. And neither did that one. Yeah. The other researchers were like, man, one of these guys has lost it. He went off the deep end. And it was him. He's gone nuts. And the game even gives you the sound effect of the fight starting to scare you for a second, to think that you're gonna fight a boss. And doesn't look like a boss to me. At least in the end, he amused us. I wonder if he still retains his human consciousness, or now if he's just totally a dog now. And look at these potions. You see these? The red, the blue, and the yellow potions. I don't think that there's anything else over here, but remember how I got the red stone? Here's the blue stone. And that's a bit of foreshadowing there. Red stone, then blue stone. Next is yellow stone. And you know what? I think we're gonna find the yellow stone next time. He's a cute little puppy. He's a cute little puppy. Yeah.